Now welcome to this channel where we give now Ogbonge updates on wetin dey happen for Biafran territory as the Biafran Liberation Navy neutralizes 5 Camèroonian terrorists. I want making a listen to the update from the Prime Minister as he explained to us the reason why we must decimate these jihadists, this Islamic State of Nigeria and their Cameroonian counterparts. As the battle go today, now so one of our men, our gallant men, fall today. He said 5 terrorist soldiers and 1 Biafran fighter has been by following an exchange of gunfire in the capital. Making a listen to the Prime Minister.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Biafrans in the United States. Good evening, journalists, media, those of you who are watching from your different locations. I welcome every one of you to this particular historic tour today. Please, everybody remain muted. I want to thank the Biafrans in the United States for the support so far. The prophecy of our leader, Mazen Andikano, is manifesting, and we have been able to break many jinx because of the support from the United States. And the reason for this particular tour today is to call and wake up the subconsciousness of our people, those, especially those hanging by the side or by the wall, thinking that are they succeeding? Is it the time to jump in? Are we going to support them now? Is this actually happening? I want you to understand that Biafra is coming, with or without you. But the question is, what will be your fate after Biafra has been achieved, restored, and become an independent state? A lot of you are not supporting this because you feel that, or felt that many people have tried and failed. And so you don't see any reason supporting the Biafra movement. And the difference here is that whatever we do, we tell you what we are going to do, how we are going to do it, and what is going to be the outcome of it. We are not fighting for Biafra based on trial luck. We are fighting for Biafra very strategically with a very good template that will tell you things ahead of time before we do it. And with what is happening in Nigeria today, it is for the best interest and for the advantage of the Biafra independence. It does not matter what many people feel or how they feel about the Biafra movement in the past. What matters now is the present. Look around yourself. Do you think Nigeria will survive this year? The answer is no. Even if Nigeria is going to survive this year, is it going to survive next year? The answer is no. And if the answer is no, how prepared are you? What have you done to make sure by the time Nigeria did not succeed, what becomes the fate of your people back home? That is the reason the Biafra government were formed in exile, activated, reactivated in exile, to start taking the responsibility of a government over Biafra people. And because the Rome was not built in a day, we started gradually to become more of organized movement for the restoration of independent state of Biafra. Today we have succeeded. While other people in Nigeria are crying for killings by the jihadist movement, Islamization of Nigeria is eating deep into other regions. Only in Biafra territory, they try to blackmail the government and myself. But I want everyone to understand one thing. We are not fighting the way other people has fought their freedom. And if you are not supporting because you believe we are not fighting the way other people have fought for their freedom, you are just an ignorant person. We do not need to fight like Mandela. We do not need to fight like Gandhi. We do not need to fight like Martin Luther King. These are people from different country, different mentality, different problems, and they fought their way, which they believe how whatever system, mechanism they use could work for their own freedom. Our own is completely different. Nigeria is a very complex, evil entity being piloted by the corrupt British and needed a very complex solution as well. And that's why many people do not understand what we're doing, but the result speaks for itself. And I want everyone to understand, those who have written petition against me, those who now say that Simon Ekpa is the problem of the Southeast, those who now say that Simon Ekpa is the problem of Ndibo. I was born 1985. Before then, there was problem in Igbo land. Before I was born, many Biafrans were slaughtered in the north. Before I was born, Biafra has to defend themselves, and that led to the murder of over 3 million people. That particular issue and crisis that led to the death of many millions of Biafra has never been addressed till today. How then Simon Ekpa become the problem? But the enemy will always look for a way to give a bad name to those who have risen up to say enough is enough, in order to continue to kill and to continue to subjugate you to the slavery, which is benefiting them. The narrative is out there, how Simon Ekpa is destroying Igbo. But deep down inside you, you know that Igbo land has been destroyed before Simon Ekpa was born. Rebuild again. And again, the problem did not end. The only thing we are doing today is that God created many people, and fortunately, I happen to be one of those that God created that will end this mess. And that mess is actually ending. And I understand very well that ending this mess is not going to be very easy. It comes with price, which I am paying, which many of you are paying. And for the fact that we know where we are going and what we're doing, it does not matter. But the fact that the result of what we are doing is being felt, that is what matters to us. And I say it again, there is going to be coup in Nigeria next month. And many officers will be killed. Mark my word. And because we have decided that Biafra declaration, or the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra, is going to happen this year in Finland. So as this particular thing is happening, we are also changing our strategies. We may end up declaring the restoration of Biafra anytime soon. And what we are going to do in Finland is only to ratify the declaration. So as they are changing, we are changing. And I want everybody to understand, we are not taking any chances this time around. It's an opportunity we can never miss. And I'm telling you today that the reason why there is no coup at this point is because of this Biafra government. But you know, the Janjaweed can't stand what is happening. It is always their turn. It is always them that must control everything in Nigeria. Once it is not them, they can never be comfortable. Even as I'm making this exposition today, you know Usually the reason we make exposition is to truncate plans of the enemy. But as I'm making this exposition today, hinting of what is going to happen, they are still going to carry it. Believe me. That is how desperate they are. But the good news is that we are prepared. Whether they carry it out, it is for our own favor. Whether they don't carry it out, it is still for our own good. That's why you must support the Biafra government. If anything happens today, where do you fall back to? For those of you who think that we are joking, I want everyone to understand, follow what we have done since 2023, since the formation of the Biafra government. The Army, Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters has been able to fight and fought in Olo, Kiwe, Weri, defeating Nigeria Army with all their sophisticated armor tank, including the robotic armor tank. All of them were decimated in Olo. And like I said, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told us that Biafra will start from Olo, the liberation of Biafra. It is happening. They thought it is going to be a 1-month war against the Biafra Liberation Army. The plan is that they are going to be fighting until our bullet finishes. I told them, if you are prepared to fight the Biafra Liberation Army for 1 month, Biafra Liberation Army has a bullet for 3 months. And if you want to fight them for 1 year, they have bullet for 2 years. And the war did not even last up to 1 week. Today, nobody, they are not fighting there. They left. But of course, there are, videos flying all over social media, how they have captured a Coup and all that. You don't win this war by propaganda. We are not bothered about your videos, but the reality on ground is what is going to speak for itself. And the reality is always speaking. So my people, the Biafra redeclaration or declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra is scheduled to happen this year in Finland. Like you all know, before that happens, we need to capture as many locations as possible within the Biafra territory. We need to capture barracks. We need to make sure we capture government houses. If we do not capture them, we make sure there is no presence of Nigeria security within Biafra territory. That's our target. For us to achieve this, we need fund. It is not by mouth. We need fund. We have the men. We have the weapons. We need fund to make sure that these weapons is sounding the sound of freedom every day. We have been killed for a very long time. And this is the only time in the history of Biafra, in the history of Nigeria, that we rose up to pick up arms to defend ourselves. This is the first time ever. And we have been able to defend our land. So why are those who are standing by the roadside or by the fence, why are you still standing? You buy this particular propaganda of Simon Ekpa is destroying everything in the Southeast, which is a lie. I was not the one who closed the port. I was not the one who did not bring the international airport to the Southeast. I was not the one who didn't build the road in the Southeast. All these things has been there before Simon Ekpa come to the limelight. But always they look for a way to kill those who have risen up to say enough is enough. And you cannot be a tool to support such impunity. If you have been used for a long time, it is time you turn around. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. The question you should ask yourself is, if something happened tomorrow, what is going to be your fate? What is going to be the fate of your people? The hope you have is this government and this Biafra movement today. Because at the end of the day, it will come to us. And by then, there will be no room for you to even cough. Because we are going to adopt a very strict, very stringent measures against those who did not support this struggle. I am telling you the fact. We will be wicked because people have died because of your negligence to the freedom of your own people. Because of you not supporting has led to the death of many. And when you see them talking, they tell you people are dying. People are dying. When we were not fighting for Biafra, are people not dying? When Samaneba was one Nigeria, people were being killed. It was because of the killings of our people that necessitated Samaneba to become what it is today. If there were no killing of my people, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. I wouldn't be shouting for freedom of my people. But because our people has always been the scapegoat of the Nigerian state, at every given little thing, they get killed because nobody has the courage to say, take up arm and fight. Today, I am here and I am supporting the arm. And when they tell you that we are violent, I do not know how we become violent. We were not violent before, but if self-defense is violent, then I am violent. I've said it several times. Take me to anywhere and let me know where people will allow the terrorists to come to their place and kill people without, without somebody doing something. That's what I'm doing. And then also, because we are now in the government preparing for the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra, for this to be successful, there are many things that need to be put in place. One is our currency, finance. We are going to have emergency cabinet meeting where the Biafra Federal Reserve will be discussed and possibly approved for immediate coming to force of the Biafra coin. And I will promise Biafra people by March, which is coming, this coming month, Biafra will have its currency in digital, first ever digital currency, Biafra coin. And we want that particular Biafra coin to also be in the stock exchange as soon as possible. This is happening in this March. And as this is happening, a lot is going to follow. So we have a target that we must meet. So this freedom we are fighting is not a litmus test. We are not doing tumbum. We know what we are doing and we have a target. And our goal, we set it very high and we'll achieve it. This is a freedom fighting with vision. The vision we have for our people is while Nigeria are going down, Biafra is building a very strong structure for a very strong nation. We have now done and almost concluded with the Biafra database, Biafra identity card, which by the special grace of God, before March, we will unveil the Biafra identity card and the application will start. In the next State of the Union address, a lot of things will happen. As this is happening, we want to make Nigeria uncomfortable as much as we can through the delegitimization of the system within the Biafra Treaty. This whole thing needs fund. But the enemy of our freedom will always tell you, everything is fund. Everything is fund. And since we started, they have always tried to demoralize those who don't know what they are doing, thinking that when they say everything is fund, we will stop fundraising. No, rather we increase it. That's the reason why we have been able to stand this terrorist government today, and we can beat our chest and say we have defeated them. And we continue to defeat them. The war happening in Biafra land is something that by the time many of you know just little of what is going on, you will know that you have messed up for not supporting Biafra up to this point. The people in America have the capacity to make this Biafra a reality even before the time frame we have. Our prayer is that Nigeria goes down on a daily basis. The economic strangulation by the Biafra government will take a different turn from next week. We will continue to decimate the oil pipeline in our land. We'll make sure that Nigeria will not have access to exploit oil again. That's our target. We've not gotten there, but we are doing it. It's a gradual thing. And between now and July this year, we will know where we are. If the coup happens next month, the declaration will be earlier than expected. And like I said, follow the template so far, and you know that what we are doing is something that we are not just trying our luck. I am not here to lead Biafra to astray. I am not here to lead Biafra to try luck. I am here telling you when Biafra will be declared, what we are doing, how we are going to do it, and what we are going to do, and the result of what we are doing, how it is going to end, and what is going to be the end result. And let me tell you, no matter how they snub us in international community, no matter how the world power snub us, the time is coming, they are going to look for us. And we are going to give our condition. But you see this gun that Biafra is picking up, it is not going down. It is not going to go down, I swear to God, until the declaration. And once the declaration has happened, everything we are doing is now to defend our territory. And what we are doing now is just to train our people. Remember that last year or last 2 years, when we started talking about, when they started fighting the sit at home, I told them we need the sit at home to prepare our people for what is to come. Today, that thing that we're preparing our people has come, and they are not feeling it because we prepared them mentally, physically, and otherwise. While other people who have never sat at home for one day are crying, Biafra are celebrating. That is the mental toughness we have made our people to understand, that freedom is more important than anything. Today, our people are making sacrifice because they know the future is bright. No matter how the thing pains them, they will swallow it. They will look at the future. And that bright future is what we are looking at. Everybody is putting their eyes on the rising sun because the sun is rising. So my people in the United States, I am looking forward to see as many of you as possible in Finland this year so that you will have the opportunity to write your name in the history book of the Biafra Declaration of the Restoration of Independence of Biafra. We want to do it like the America where you are residing did it. In 1776, only 50-something people rounded up, wrote the Declaration of America Independence and signed it. Their signature is still there to today. Go to the Google and Google it. I want you in the United States to be part of this particular history that we're going to make in Finland. And when they tell you, why are you declaring the restoration of independence state of Biafra in another man's country? That is why we are government in exile. And that is the only strategy that can work for us. You cannot go to Nigeria, they will going to kill you there. And we are not afraid of death. But what we want to do is to make sure we are alive to fight to the end and rescue our people. It is not because anybody is afraid of death, but because we don't want to lose the life of those who knows how to do it. We will preserve that life and allow them to do this thing and do this mathematics until the end, where we are going to have the answer and solution. So we are not going to jeopardize the life of anybody who has something to do from the beginning to the end. That is the reason why we are not going to go to Nigeria to prove anybody that we are strong and mystery. No, let them have their Nigeria. We are going to declare it here. And I want everybody to understand that when I started the Biafra struggle, I told Biafrans, we are going to bring Biafra from diaspora. Nobody know what I was talking about. Many people may understand because you may never know what I was talking about because you don't have the template we were using. But bringing Biafra from diaspora means that the declaration is happening in diaspora, and that's what is happening today. The structure has been laid. The foundation is very strong. We are scattered all over the world under government by people of Biafra in the United States. This government is our government. We must make sure that we support this government to restore the independence of Biafra. Nothing is like freedom. And Simon Ekpa will stand any day, anywhere, anytime I am called upon to defend my actions and the action of the government. Thank you.
Yes, now here's about the coup plot by the northern military men within the Nigerian Zoological Army. They don't the plot say they go buy Tifnombu, but you know say Tifnombu self na drug dealer, so he himself they use all in tactics as a drug man. They make sure say they no buy him, but we know say and if they buy him, if they don't buy him, Biafra will call. Now waiting be our own business be that. For this matter, me I go rest my case now. Thank you.